Okay, let's begin by coming into the center of the mat. Feet hip width apart. Think about the pelvic floor to begin with. Think about taking the front part of the pelvic floor towards the back part. So that's kind of a one way of thinking about it. But also the back part to the front part. And then join them in the center. Shoulders are relaxed, tuck the pelvis under. Eye gaze forwards, try and get that nice length through the back of the neck. Crown of head shining to ceiling. So your ears will just be sat over the top of your shoulders. So front to back, back to front, find that pelvic floor. TVA, we tend to hollow that one down to the hips. So that's more when you're like putting on some tight shorts or something. Take 100% and we're going to do that 3 times and we'll do it for 5 seconds. So big focus into the core now. Ready? And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a slow release. Now let's just notice the breathing on this next one. So take the pelvic floor, the TVA, 100%. Notice if you've held your breath just when you've done that. So just maybe take a breath now. And it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're feeling that nice squeeze, that energy through the center. Last time. This time we're thinking about the breath, we've got the core. Think about the rest of the body. So are you holding loads of tension anywhere else? So maybe the fingers, I find my fingers do a little bit of that, the fist thing. I also find my toes, they scrunch up. So think about perhaps just releasing some of the other smaller muscles through the body, perhaps muscles in the face as well. So pelvic floor and that TVA, pulling in and breathe and release the other muscles. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then slow release at 50%. It's not going to take all of our focus concentration. Take the shoulders, lift them up to the ears and just circling them back. Just releasing any tension there. Might be holding perhaps in the neck sometimes when the shoulders have been holding a bit tight. Notice as you lift the shoulders if you lose the core connection. So perhaps come back down to the core as you squeeze the shoulders up. Then hands on hips, shoulders relaxed. Take a circle on the hips. Just gently, you can bend through the knees there. There's no rush. 3 one way and then 3 back round the other way. See if you can still find a bit of connection there with that pelvic floor. Then let's go to the knees. So if you think about where the knees are, let's see if you can just do a gentle circle with the knees. So it's like you're drawing, like if you were drawing there with the knees. Other way around, 3 the other way. Don't do that one very often so it can feel a bit strange. Starts to wake up some of the muscles in the lower leg thing. Okay. This next one, we'll add in, I've got a challenge to add in on this one. So we'll start with just the neck looking side to side. Shoulders are relaxed. Then take chin down to chest. So you're getting that length at the back of the neck as you take it to the side. Chin to chest, looking down and then over to the other side. Just being careful that we're not holding loads of tension in the shoulders there. So the challenge then is with a block. So I'll just adjust the camera so you can see my head a bit more on this. So you put your block on your head. And then have a go now, looking side to side. With the chin to one shoulder, to the center, and then the other side. So you have to go really super slow. Think about the crown of the head, where the block is, shining towards the ceiling. Now we're going to keep doing it. Try and grow a little bit taller through the body. So length through the spine. Just like millimeters taller. Tuck the pelvis under. Press the feet down into the floor. Shoulders down away from ears. Then think about the core. So bring this pelvic floor back in. Back to center. Okay, you can put the block down on this next one then. Take warrior 1. So that's just that nice stride position. taking it as well for a nice stretch on the back leg. We're just going to take that position and then take our side bend, so reaching down the back leg, side bend, and then again down the back leg, so you get like an extra stretch there through the hips on one side. We'll swap legs in a sec. A bit of balance work here as well in this position, so I'm taking it kind of hip width. If you want to challenge yourself there, you just bring your feet closer together, a bit like you're on a balance beam. So working into this side bend, you could look up to the ceiling, so just start to lift up your chin if you want to there, spiraling heart to ceiling. And then let's swap the legs over. And again, we're working hip width, but if you want the challenge, bring it in slightly on the balance beam. So again, it's down the back leg if you can. I think I started on my front leg, but yeah, onto the back leg if you can. You're going to get an extra stretch there into the hip. Wobbling. Sorry, I noticed last week I wasn't very well last week. I had a kidney infection and my balance was completely gone. So I was really wobbly, just walking around actually. So that was quite interesting for me to completely lose my balance for a few days. All sorted now. Gonna move on to some things with the weights, so you can grab your free weights if you want here. Let's go to the deadlift. Now I'm going to put a block in between my knees, so this is just going to control any pronation going on in the knees. So I've got the block and I'm going to put it in there today for me. So there's an option in there. Feet hip width apart. Going to just do a deadlift, so the weights are going to go down towards the feet and then I'm lifting up. So think about a nice straight back, sending the hips forwards and up. I'm thinking about the alignment here. I'm thinking about the feet, so a little bit of a big toe push underneath that big toe. That just engages the arches underneath the feet. So if you want to add in on this deadlift, it's a double shoulder press, both arms going up and then they're going down. Eye gaze can go forwards. But just keeping in mind what's going on with the knees, the feet, so they're not pronating in. Just putting sometimes with the block in there, you start to really notice things. If they're really pressing into the block as well, that can tell you what's going on with that alignment. 3 more. Try and get the arms as they go up to go around sort of the ears if you can, so getting that nice upright position. Okay, coming away from the block there. Wide squat position. I know I do this one every week, my favourite one. Bending in the knees then. Got both weights in my hand, big circles. Inhale as you lift, exhale, release down. Shoulders are relaxed. Eye gaze forwards. If you've got the screens quite low down, maybe have a little look what I'm doing and then try and bring your eye gaze forwards. Try and get the length at the back of the neck, other way around. Working right into these circles, and can you go right to the edges of this circle now? And release. T-shape the arms and just a side step. So just working side to side, T-shape. A bit like a Greek dancing. Looks a bit like that on the screens. And then release down, knees are wide, feet are wide, bending into one knee and then coming back to centre and bend. I'm going to add in here if you want it. I'm going to show you this way on. So you've got your wide position. As you bend that knee, bend, row back, bend, Row back on that side. So bend, row back, bend, row back. You see how like my palms would be facing upwards there? Obviously they're holding onto the weight. Bending into the knees, strengthening through the knees, working into the lateral squat. Bit of tricep work. One more on each side. Okay, come to standing position. We've got the Arnold press. Now bring the feet close together. So we're really like a pillar, really close together. So in, it's out, it's up. And then once you've got that in and out, you can just go up. That the Arnold press just works with up. Exhale into the lengthening. So this is thinking about, this is like a swan dive, isn't it? So tuck the pelvis under. Now find the pelvic floor again. Use that pelvic floor to help you with the balance. Engage all the muscles in your toes. Length at the back of the neck. Crown of head shining. So think now, can you get a millimetre taller through the spine? So particularly as the weights come down, don't let the spine, don't let the posture change. So try and stay in that nice lengthened out posture. 2 more. And release. I'm going to take you bit by bit into this next one with layers. So let's start on the right foot and taking the left foot behind. Now you can take a lift into this to what's like our warrior 3 position, but I'm going to take it down to start with, okay? Then bring the chest down, but try and get the back nice and straight. And we've got like a chest press here. Not chest press, I've forgotten the word. What have I written it? Like an open fly, maybe it's called an open fly. So you can take that up here if you want to and put it into balance. Opening out with the arms. Eye gazes down. Length through the spine. Then let's go on the other side. So again, your level here, so it might just be in the stride position. Maybe the big toe is touching the floor. Eye gaze down, bring the chest down, but the shoulders stay back. Work into the fly, and then if you want it, you can put the balance in, squeezing in the glutes. Find a focus point somewhere in front of you on the floor. Exhale as you open out. Okay, shoulders relaxed, but keep the weights there because it kind of helps to bring the shoulders down. Just take them down and back. Double leg calf raise. So rolling through the feet up towards your toes. So if you can just check in with the big toe. I'm looking down, I'm just watching my ankles a bit, seeing how wobbly they take this. Could put block between your knees if you're wobbling quite a bit there with the knees. That's an option. Challenge if you want it then the single leg. So just taking balance on one side, you can put in a bicep curl if you want it as well, and then take the heel lifts in there. 5 on each side. Bring that attention back to the pelvic floor, back into the TVA. That'll help you on the balance. Swapping sides if you're doing the single leg here. 5 of the heel lifts, you can bicep curl in there. Okay, weights down then. I'm going to call these sun breaths today. And we'll put in cross legs, forward fold, and then we'll head to our own exercises. Start with palms together, legs crossed. Inhale, reaching up and round like you're drawing a big sun. Eye gaze up, and then exhale, folding forwards into that nice stretch, bending into the knees. Eye gaze looking back behind you, and then slowly uncurl. We'll do one more, we'll do two on the other side. Stretching there on the hips, stretching for the glutes. And then the other side. So again, it's the crossing the legs the other way around. Start, hands at heart center. Inhale into the lift, eye gaze up. Nice bit of length in the lower back there as you lift. Bending in the knees if you want to. For the folds. And again. Inhale, lift, exhale. Into your folds. And curl. Okay, we're going to go to the single leg exercise. If you can, roll your feet just before you go into that. I'm going to use my free weights for my roller. If you've got foot rollers, do it on the foot rollers. So yeah, if you can, just rolling the feet before we head down onto the single leg exercise, and then it'll be 10 on each leg when you're ready. Am I getting that ready yet? Just adjusting some of my camera. So rolling feet. About 5 to 8 times, just roll through the feet before you go into the single leg exercise. Should just help release through the lower back. It should help you with your balance, just turning on all the little muscles there in the feet. And then your single leg. 10 on each leg. So you've got your lunges, you could do your deadlifts, you could do chair squats, you could do dips on a step. I think I'll chair squat. I've just got the fiddling around with camera slightly. Yeah, okay. You can add any weights if you want to with your single leg exercise. Because we're particularly focusing here with centering the core, maybe bring your focus back to the pelvic floor, the TVA on these today. Notice if the eye gaze is always looking down, you can always lift it, bring it forwards. Once you've done your single leg exercise, I haven't got anyone back in the room yet, but when you are done, 30 seconds on the wall squat, or if you're feeling like you want more kind of plyometric jump work, pongo jumps, where you're jumping up and down, work with the feet. 30 pongo jumps. Otherwise, join me on the wall. I've got a few people coming in. Let's go to the wall. You can always have your weights on the wall squat as well if you want to. I don't know, some people I think do a bit of this work. Very good on the knees, this one, and quads. Did a lot last year when I was doing my mountain running, and I was doing a lot more downhill work. Whew, and breathe. Okay, let's all meet on that downward dog. Going on the jazz walk there with the down dog. Send the hips up towards the ceiling. Looking back towards the thighs. Spread out the fingers. If you're feeling particularly tight there in your hamstrings, perhaps just going up onto the toes. So riding all the way through the feet and then gently down into the heels. And when you go gently down, that's when you find your stretch. Send your chest towards your thighs. So lifting up the hips, lifting up the heels, and then pressing down. That's just one more. Gets that really nice full range as well through the calf muscles, the ankles. Lift and then lower, work into the stretch. Okay, bring it down onto all fours. Hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Take a moment to find that neutral spine. Engage the pelvic floor. Find the TVA. Eye gaze to the front of the mat. We're going to go nice and simple today. Just nice and long. So straighten out the left leg. Low handshake onto the right. Think about the length here. Slowly lift and squeeze. So we're working with a bit of a hold. About 8 seconds. Squeeze, hold. Think about the length. So stretch out the fingertips here, maybe point the toes. Keep working with the core. And then release. Other side. So just straighten out that left leg to start with. Low handshake onto the right leg, sorry. And then the left arm lift. Squeeze. And maybe you're focusing all into the glute muscle, so then find the core with that as well. Hold. And keep breathing. And then release. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to add in some little bits for those that want it. Again, thinking about the length. Then you got the lift. Adding in on this one, you're going to just lift up the foot. That helps you with the balance. And then keep squeezing, keep working with the balance. You've got the glute working. So then come back to the core, the pelvic floor. And release. Other side, low handshake, extend the leg. Add in the balance, lift up the foot. Start working with the length here, the glutes. Eye gaze slightly forwards. Check this arms up by the shoulder. Bring the focus back to the core now, that pelvic floor. Squeeze. And then release. One more on each side, this one. This next one then. Going up through the layers, put the length in. Adding in the lift on the foot. Then find the core muscles and then looking over the left shoulder. So working with the neck. Really focusing onto the balance, use the core. Back to the center and release last time. Into that lift, we've got the length. Adding in the balance, lift up the foot. Take the focus into the core now, the pelvic floor, the TVA. And then adding in, looking over to the right side. Hold. Breathe. And then coming all the way down to center. Okay, have a weight handy for the next one. We're going to low lunge. Let's step forwards with the right leg. Find your low lunge position. You can always tuck the toes under, depending if you want that stretch on the left foot. Tuck those toes under. Bring yourself up, lunge position. Square the hips to the way you're facing. First, just finding that stretch if you've got any tightness there, the front of the body, the hip flexors. Take the arms up so you're thinking about a little bit of length through that stretch through the spine. So adding in here today, I'm going to put a wood chop so you can put your weight in to this or you can do it without a weight. So it comes down to the hip and then up to the far corner. So there's just a very small twist through the body. It's not working with a huge twist. but it's mainly the upper body. Come and find the core again, so using the core to stabilize this, because otherwise you're going to wobble. So come back to the core to stay nice and still through the legs and the hips. So from there, let's take a quick hamstring stretch, so stretching out that front leg, and then you've just got a circle on the foot, so a nice little bit for the nerve. And then circle the other way around. Okay, let's go on the other side. So left leg forwards. Find that lunge position, really taking your time to get into the stretches. Tucking the toes on the right foot if you want to. So I mean, I even started down here, so you can start here and then start to lift it up. Think about getting the arms up to get that length up through the spine. Moment to breathe. Then if you're happy, you want to have a go with the wood chop, grab your weight. The weight goes to that right hip and then up to the far left corner. So the shoulder does sort of dip down on the right side. You're going to dip down to that right shoulder. Exhale into the lift, a couple more. And then that hamstring stretch, so just straighten that front leg, take the circle on the foot. So just finding the ankle. Other way around. Okay, let's bring it down onto our fronts then. We're going to go Sphinx or Cobras here, so you can go straight into the one that you want to. I'll start on the Sphinx position, elbows underneath the shoulders, starting to lift the crown of head, the heart space, whilst I'm sending the toes down to the end, the hips down, and then just breathing into that space there, perhaps finding the abdominal stretch, shoulders coming down away from ears. Cobras here, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift and lower into your cobras. Extending through the lower back. Again, you're looking for that abdominal stretch in a cobra. Crown of head rising. Try and keep the crown of head in line with the spine. Okay, let's do a bit of swan dive work here. So grabbing the blocks for the extension part, and let's take a moment to just get a stretch. So you might have other props if you don't have a block, just to get your hands slightly elevated from the floor on a stretch. And the blocks can be handy because you've got different levels, so you can change your block level if you want. So arms are lifted. You can look towards the block there, and then just see if you can lift the rib cage off the floor. So you're just trying to get into that lift there. Looking forwards, hips go down, legs are switched off here, they're not really doing anything on legs. Thinking about the stretch for the top part of the spine. So that's going to be our top layer then. So take it all the way down, cactus the arms. Take a couple just here, lifting with the hands down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Taking your time, and then if you're happy, you're ready to put in extension, you can take here with the arms, the hands down even for an extension. So you don't feel like you have to go straight into suspension there. So you can just push away with the hands down. Having a go if you want then into the lift, On the next exhale, you're going to reach forwards. You can have a stretch there, put your hands on the block. And then take it off, back to your cactus, bring it down. Perhaps doing a couple where you're using the block there as a bit of a prop for that extension part. Feeling confident with this, then have a go, see if you can, without stopping on the block, put in that extension. It's worth just really taking your time on this one as well, just to get that strength there into the spine. We're going to release on a cat stretch, so pressing up onto all fours, rounding through the back, chin to chest. Go back onto those hip circles that we did at the very beginning. Just playing into the corners around the hips and then the other way around. Chance if you want for a bit of a wrist stretch, one at a time. Take the fingers around the outside. Okay, gate pose. I'm just going to demo it around on this side. You don't need to move around for that. So just taking one leg to the side, then just walking round. See if you can take your hand quite close down to your ankle. So I'm not forcing you up into this upright side bend. I'm encouraging almost as like slightly on a diagonal forwards position. So you're getting this lovely stretch down the side, the outside of the back. But you're also getting your inner hamstring stretch. Then to counterbalance that, place your hand down and then take your quad stretch here in this position on the side. So grabbing hold of your foot, working with balance. Just try and keep the crown of head in line with spine there. Work at tucking the hips forwards. Sometimes we're in arching the back in that position, so just bring the pelvis through. And then release, and then we go on the other side. So it starts with that leg out to the side. And if full gate isn't available, you could stay in this position with your hands down. Otherwise, you could take your hand down as close to maybe to the ankle as you can find it. Then sweep it all the way up and over. And think about this kind of diagonal, almost going forwards as well. It's a big stretch for the lower back. And on the inside of the hamstring. Breathe. Then we counter that, the hand goes down. See if you can grab your foot for the quad stretch, open hip quad stretch. Tuck the pelvis through, tuck the pelvis under, crown of head in line with spine. Okay, and release. Okay, let's go down to the plank position then. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Option 1, knees down. Option 2, full plank, legs straight. Just a nice hold today. Let's really focus into the core muscles. Let's get back on the pelvic floor. Sometimes we lose pelvic floor when we're doing our stretches, so let's go back to the core. TVA, shoulders away from ears. About 45 seconds here. We've already done 15 when I've been chatting. Crown of head in line with spine. Come back onto that core. Remember the first thing we did, 5 seconds. We went pelvic floor, TVA. Let's find it now. Let's breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, a moment to rest, so I'll just demo the next thing we're going to do. We're going to go to press ups here. So we've got the options from that plank position, so we're not in all fours position. Take the hands off the mat and then you can bend in the elbows, lift and lower. Feeling particularly strong, legs are straight, and you can take the full push up in there. Don't overdo yourself, so just do what really feels good for your body, not what feels like a massive strain. See if you can do 10 of these. Bring the focus back again into the core, and think about when you're coming out of the push-up, you're pushing the floor away. Sometimes that really helps to get you away from the ground. Pushing the ground away. I know it's not an easy one, but it's a very good one if we can do them every now and again. The release is child's pose, so I'm going to put a few different ones in here though as well. So feet tucked under, sitting back towards your heels, reach the arms forwards, forehead down. So really good one for the feet, that one. Also that reflexology point links into the lungs. So send the breath down to the lower back. Like you're inflating a balloon, inflate through the ribs, up towards the back of the neck. So adding in here if you want it, release the feet down. Options 1, so you can take the child's pose there. Or I'm going to suggest a pigeon pose, so just taking one leg forwards and again sinking down. So that's like a real big meltdown. Don't have a meltdown, but it's a big stretch for you. The hips, so if you're feeling particularly tight in the hips today, have a little go with pigeon. 3 breaths. Right the way down towards the lower back, and then just switching it over nice and carefully. Bring the other knee forwards, reach the other leg back, sink it down. See if you can get the forehead down. 3 breaths on this side. Okay, lovely. Let's move on to the side. How are we on time? We're not too bad. I'm going to put a weight into some of these exercises on the side, and I've got a loop band. Pick a side then. I'll layer you in, but you can also do what I'm going to do, which is like a bit of everything here. Start with a seated twist. I'm going to put the weight in today. Threading it under. Inhale, opening. Exhale, twisting through. I'll do 4 of each, and then you can join me then if you want to do the 4 of each. Otherwise, stay on the first layer. First layer could always be without the weight as well. From here then is side planks. So side planks, we're going to twist as well. You've got the option with the knee down, or you could do that leg straight. Exhale into the twist. Inhale as you open out. Try and stay strong there through the centre. Releasing down. Okay, let's go to the clams with the band on this side. Band just above the knee. So we can scapula set in here as well if you want it. Grab the free weight. So lifting top knee, lift your heels, level with the hips, level with your shoulders. Lift and lower top knee. Try and keep these hips still so we're not rocking around with this. Okay, so it's glute med work. Then if you want it, the scapula set, I'm going to go scapula set. Knee down. Elbow tucked in. With the elbow there on the hip, you can keep an eye on if the hip's moving. Got to focus again with the core, keep this all still through the center. Couple more. Woo. Okay, legs are straight, double leg lift. Lift top leg, lift bottom leg, lift rib cage. I've got the weight in here again, so hold that leg lift. Using the core here, use the muscles in the glutes around the hips. As you take a lateral lift, work with your balance. I gaze forwards, try not to look down at the feet. Think about that nice length all the way down to the toes. So try and get the spine that millimetre long again. So think about how you could get longer in there, tucking the pelvis under, growing tall. One more. We'll come out of the band on this next one. It's going to be the side kick. I'm going to option weights in and weights out. So I'll do the weights out to start with. Flex the foot. Take your side kick, your hamstring stretch, point the toe, take it back. Exhale as you do your side kick. Now, if you're feeling like you need a little bit of a stretch, big twist, drop your elbow. You can take your big twist through the body there. Quite nice if you haven't been moving the body around that much. You need that nice stretch through. If you want with the weights, so as the leg goes back, the weights goes forwards, and then you row back into the side kick. So you can do that one as well, but then you don't put the twist in there because you can't really twist so much with the weight. So it's a bit more about staying still, this core stability if you put the weight in through the center. So the head stays still if you're doing the weight. Bit of both is always fine. Weighted or not weighted. Okay, let's go and do this on the other side. Starting with that seated twist. Find your position. You can put your weights in here if you want. Threading through, opening out. Exhale as you thread through. Feel that nice kind of scrunch, squeeze through the center. Eye gaze goes up, eye gaze goes back. Those that want it, put it into the side plank. Option 1, knee down. Still got that nice opening there for the shoulder. Focus now into the core. Find the pelvic floor, legs are straight if you want it on the side plank. Crown of head, try and keep it in line with the spine. Sometimes we lift the hips too high on that side plank. And release. Let's go to the clams. So loop bands. Ready? Just above the knee. Head resting on your hand. Nice stretch on the neck there. Bend the knees. Feet in line with hips, in line with shoulders. Then find the core. Adding in if you want the scapular set. The lift on the scapular set, the knees down. Then the knees up. The scapular set goes, the weight goes down. Shoulders are relaxed. Here, the top shoulders are relaxed. Away from the ear. Bit of tension in the feet. Good coordination one, this one, isn't it? Exhale into the lift. Couple more. Okay, then the legs are straight, the double leg lifts coming in. Line yourself up with the edge of the mat, lift top leg, lift the bottom leg, lift the rib cage. Then you can add in that lateral lift, so lift the legs and hold, then adding in your free weight lift. Find the core again. So think now about the spine, getting that a little bit longer like we did through the beginning. Tuck the pelvis under. Let's get the spine millimeters a little bit longer through our positions, our moves. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Okay, side kick. So again, you can come out of the band for this. So you've got your options with or without the weights. Without the weights, lift the top leg, flex the foot, take the kick, point the toe, sweep it back. Exhale as you take your kick, your hamstring stretch. Inhale as you sweep it back. Adding in the twist there if you want to, just need a bit of space. Adding in that sort of chest stretch across. You want the focus there into the core, put the weights in. The weight lifts up and over as the leg kicks back. And then you've got your row back in there. Try and keep the weight, if you're doing the weight, just above the leg, just above the hip. Even when you sweep it forwards. The head stays still if you put the weight in. And you're stabilising with the core. Couple more. Okay, releasing the weight down. We're going to go onto our backs. We're going to go for the 100s. How am I doing on time? Okay. 4 toe taps, 8 pulses and an 8-second hold. Find your neutral spine, bit of a pelvic tilt, relax your shoulders. Arms by your side, right angles behind the knees, length at the back of the neck. Here we go then, lift and lower, it's 4 toe taps, hips are still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift head and shoulders, pulse the arms up and down, tummies are still. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And if you want more, the tabletops are coming in. Fingertips go on the top of your knees. Just to check. And it's 4, 3, 2, 1 to pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And again, remember, we started with 5 seconds. Pelvic floor TVA with this lesson. Find them again now. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more sets. And it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Still imprinting lower back down with the core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. Tease as if you want them. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's the last time through. 4, 3. Still got the core. 1, 2, 1. Sorry. And pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Take a full body stretch. Give everything a bit of a squeeze. Scrunch up the fist, point the toes. Get your shoulders up towards your ears. Press your arms around your ears. Scrunch up the muscles in your face. Take a really big deep breath in. Exhale and release. Okay, block handy if you've got it. We're going to put it into a figure of 8. Start with your hands on your hips. Imprint lower back down, and you're just doing your heel slides. We're starting there. That's your layer 1, layer 2. Take it to tabletop. Single leg stretch it, imprint that lower back down, and we're just going to play with the block there with a figure of 8. Sending it behind the knee. Try and keep the imprint going, no rush. The slower sometimes you do these moves, the harder it makes the core work. If you want, adding in the chest lift, so just lifting up and looking towards the knees with the head. Other way around with the figure of 8, a little bit of coordination. Fully extend into the single leg stretch. So think about the leg that lowers down to the ground, extend, making sure you work it into the extension. A couple more. Block between the ankles, arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms over the head. Get nice and long through the spine here as you take the hands over. Take a moment to stretch. Notice if the shoulders or the mid-back is lifted off the ground to get your arms over your head. So just see if you can really focus on the imprint here. The length at the back of the neck, so get your chin tucked. Then bring the arms back over the shoulders and try it again. See if you can get that imprint in there. Mid-back, shoulders, back of neck. Then think about the lower back as well. Find your core muscles. We're going to put it into the double leg stretch. We're going to get the block between the legs. That goes over the head. You've got your double leg in there. If the double leg feels too much, then you can just take the block down to the ground again. So you can just take it like this. Oh yeah, just do it like that. So the feet go back down as the arms lengthen. The big thing here is the lengthening through the back, the spine, the arms, not so much with what the legs do. Keep focusing on the core if you're taking the legs straight. 3 more. Exhale into the lengthening. Then the block between the knees, let's take the supine twist. So arms out to the sides. Both knees drop across to one side, but they've got that little bit of something in between. Cushion can be quite good on that one as well, between the knees. Just relaxing the shoulders. Let the shoulders melt down to the ground. Lower back stretch. Looking in the other direction if you want that little bit of work with the neck. Okay, let's hamstring stretch. Let's grab the long bands. Last week I did a little bit on everything. I might do that again. So I did the bend to, for about a minute on each leg here. The bend the knee, straighten into the hamstring stretch. Really nice one for the nerves, this one. Pressing down through the lower back. So I did 4 of everything, didn't I? So 4 of them. Shoulders are relaxed. Then let's take a hold in the stretch. I'll just switch the order around and then we'll do the feet. So push away at the back of the knee. Work into that stretch, feel the hamstring. Big deep breath in. On the exhale, let go of holding that stretch on the hamstring, that kind of engagement at the back of the knee, but just holding that stretch. Then I'm going to put the foot into the length of the band. If you want, you can carry on holding, no pressure, and then flex and point in the hamstring stretch. Inside, outside, so just working in the feet, the ankles as well. And then leg out to the side. And then we'll do that on the other side. So again, I double my band as well on the bend to length, and I don't know if anyone else, depends on the torque of your band, but I quite like a good hold on the foot, so that could be quite a nice thing to do. Also, using a towel, if anyone doesn't have a band, a towel can be really good at a hamstring stretch. Bend and lengthen 4 times in, try and keep the hips down, the shoulders down. And then hold the stretch. Try not to lift up through those hips, push away at the back of the knee. Big inhale, and then exhale, release from the stretch but hold. And then using the length of the band for your flex and point. Try and keep the knees still if you can. So you're really working into the calf muscle, the ankles there. Inside, outside. Again, knees still as you can. And then leg out to the side. Alrighty then, let's take the shoulder bridge next. I'm going to put the block in for me today on this one, so block between the knees. Start with your pelvic tilt, bring your feet a little bit closer, knees and feet parallel, hip width apart. Then take it into your lift, so starting to lift up through the hips. Chin goes to chest, you're into those shoulders now. So you can just take your shoulder bridge up and down here through squeezing in the glutes, or if you want that challenge, see if you can flick out one leg straight, hold the block. Really focusing again with the core, so find the pelvic floor. And you're also going to have to work quite hard glutes, lower back here. 8 flicks if you're on the flicks, or a couple of the up and downs. Working with the glutes, you can take the arms up and over if you're going up and down. Lovely strength enough for glutes, lower back this one. Slowly lowering it down, taking the block away, hug knees to chest, rock or circle. You can put a crossing in cross the feet, ankles if you want there, and take a rock circle. And then switch it over. Bring it up to seated position then. We'll do a few roll backs. If you don't fancy the roll backs, you've got your butterfly stretch, soles of feet together. You can either go up and down with your knees, pulse your knees in there, or there's also rocking side to side, nice work with the glutes. Rocking back if you want, we're rocking like a ball, C-shape into the spine. So if you can rock it into your hover position, seals. Straight leg rock backs if anyone wants them. Shoulder stands. Boomerangs. Crabs. Crossing the legs if anyone wants to crab. Coming all the way up, knees go down, hips lift. Quite a nice one if you've got tight through the front of the hips, hip flexors. Crab's quite a nice one for that. Last one, whichever one you're going to do. Seated position then. Let's take the bands in on this. feet are hip width apart, and I mean you can put a block in between your ankle. Throwing the block at myself. Can put the block in between your feet there, but you need a bit of space because we're going to put the bands in there as well. Bands kind of on the ball of the feet. Nice and upright position. Flex and point both together. Then one and then the other. Still got the band around both feet. One around and then the other. Blocks just in there to stop my feet kind of going in together really. It's just there as a guide. Watch the alignment, does one foot want to turn inwards more than the other? It's really worth just having a look what's going on with your feet. Couple more. Think about the posture though, try not to have your chin dipping down, so think about your upright position. Okay, let's take the roll down. We can use the band to get nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae, take it all the way down, then lifting yourself back up if you want without the bands. Exactly the same thing, coming all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, moment for a full body stretch. Circle it round, come up to the upright position. You can bring it in forwards if you want as well. Just a couple of them, just to tie things up together. Let's go to spine twist when you're ready. I'm going to sit on a cushion today, so just to get that bit of upright that you can block, you can put a block in there if you want, or you can do legs straight. So, I'm going to put our bands in, up and over. Just watch the length of the back of the neck, so just try not to be leaning forwards into that. So get nice and upright, not too much torque in the band. Inhale, really work into that nice T, capital T shape, and then exhale for the twist. Inhale, center, like you're inflating a balloon. Exhale to the twist, maybe looking around to that side. As you exhale and you go into the twist, try not to collapse through the breathing, through the body, through the rib cage. So try and stay upright even into the twist, holding that posture for the twist. One more. Let's finish with a little challenge. We've already done it today. Oh. So this might be harder than standing position. I feel like it's going to be harder. I haven't actually tried it yet. It's finding that nice tall spine in that seated position can actually be quite hard. Why can't I do this? Balance the block. Then see if you can just look side to side again. Chin going around to the shoulder, to the center, to the side. Just really slows the movement down, which is quite nice. Oh, lovely. Okay, namaste. We're going to do a little mountain meditation now. It does encourage you to stay seated in this sort of mountain position, but I also don't mind if you want to relax to lie down, so there's no pressure to stay in that seated position. Okay. And also I know it's gone 8 o'clock, so I'm aware people might need to go, so if you need to go, no worries. I can send you the link to the full meditation if you want me to. Okay, so either lying down or seated position, perhaps close your eyes. This is the mountain meditation by Jon Kabat Zinn. Continue to breathe deeply. Bring your awareness to the sensations of your breath, the gentle rhythm that it creates within you, letting it be just as it is. Expand your awareness to the sensations of your body, sitting upright with dignity. Root your body into its strength. It's complete, whole, resting in this moment. You are grounded by your body's unwavering resolve. As you sit here, visualize a grand mountain. Peaks pierce the smoky clouds and continue upwards where the air is clear and the view is endless. A mountain with slopes that are both jagged and gentle, supported by a vast foundation rooted deep into the bedrock of the earth. This mountain is a monument to all that is solid, grand, unmoving, and beautiful. Are there trees? Does snow blanket its lofty tops? However it is, let it be as it is. And be this mountain, share in its stillness. Grounded in your posture, your head is skyward peak, supported by the rest of your form, granting you an awe-inspiring perspective of the landscape before you. Be this mountain. Take on its stability as your own, from the top of your crown, down your neck, and into the balance of your shoulders, like cliffs descending into your arms and forearms and coming to rest in the valley of your hands. Be this mountain. Your feet, legs, and hips its base, solid and rooted beneath you, a foundation, extending up your spine, a core of stability. The rhythm of your breath is all that moves you. A living mountain, alive and aware, yet unwavering in inner stillness. Completely what you are, beyond words and thought, a centered, grounded, unmovable presence. Moment by moment, in the mountain stillness, there is life and activity. Snow melts, streams run down its face, trees and flowers bloom. Wildlife returns and departs with the seasons. Be the mountain who will be called beautiful and inspiring, dark and ominous, and knows that it is all of these things. Be the mountain which sits and sees how night follows day and back again, which knows the sun by the warmth it brings on rising, and the stars by the way they show in a darkened sky. Through it all, the mountain sits, aware of the changes that each moment brings. Yet it remains itself, still as the seasons throw one into another. The air swells from hot and cold. Still, none of this concerns the mountain, whose serenity is housed within and cannot disturbed by fleeting fury. In the same way as you sit in meditation, you can learn to experience the mountain as a means to embody the same centered, unwavering stillness and groundedness in the face of all that changes in your life. Like the mountain, you will experience the changing nature of your mind and body and the world around you. You will have periods varying in intensity, darkness and light, activity and inactivity, and moments that will fill your life with colour. Through it all, be the mountain. Call on its patience, strength, and stability within you. Let it empower you to encounter each moment with mindful composure and compassionate clarity. And with that, we come to the end of the mountain meditation. So coming back into your body, perhaps opening your eyes.